Ready to explore Baltimore? Then look no further than this video. This is Zillow Around Town, where we tour a U.S. city to help you decide on your next move. So let's get to know those neighborhoods. I'm your Around Town tour guide, Delaney, and today we're talking Baltimore, the city that gave us the Star-Spangled Banner and Old Bay seasoning. Baltimore's housing is characterized by its plentiful historic row houses, which span in architectural style from Federal to Italianate to Queen Anne. But you'll find plenty of single-family arts and crafts, condos, and more. First up, Mount Vernon. Not the one where George Washington lived. Baltimore's Mount Vernon is actually an ode to our first president. It's not only named after his Virginia abode, it's also home to the first ever Washington Monument. Take that, DC. The monument is the focal point for the neighborhood, but there are also plenty of galleries, museums, restaurants, and shops, all of which you can very easily walk to, as Mount Vernon has one of the highest walk scores in the city. Hey, maybe when President Washington said, "I wish to walk in such a line as will give me the most general satisfaction," he just meant in a charming little walkable neighborhood full of cute shops and stuff. Canton. Canton is a harborside neighborhood with tons of restaurants and waterfront gathering places, including the aptly named Waterfront Park. Here you'll find views of Baltimore Harbor and Fort McHenry. The neighborhood is also close to Patterson Park, a once battle-worn area that's now a popular spot for families and field trips, and it has a famous observatory. In this area, you'll find those classic row houses I mentioned, plus plenty of newer apartment buildings. Charles Village. Charles Village runs alongside Johns Hopkins University, so it's a hub for faculty and students. It's a busy, eclectic part of Baltimore where commercial and residential spaces intermingle. And guess what it's also got? You got it! More beautiful row houses! And many of the ones in this neighborhood have covered porches along with arched windows and classical columns. How's that for curb appeal? Charles Village is also in prime proximity to Wyman Park Dell. The Dell is a perfect spot to read a book in the shade or take a lovely afternoon stroll. Afterwards, skip over to the Baltimore Museum of Art. Federal Hill. Many neighborhoods in Baltimore hug the inner harbor, and Federal Hill is one of them. It too is characterized by, say it with me, row houses! But the ones in Federal Hill boast more square footage and spectacular harbor views. If you're looking for nightlife, Federal Hill's got that too, with plenty of bars, clubs, and restaurants. Pull up a seat at the local sports bar for an Orioles or Ravens game and take in the sunset. Rounding out our look at Baltimore neighborhoods is Locust Point, which compared to the other neighborhoods on our list is on the quieter side. With water views almost everywhere you turn, it was once an industrial area and a point of entry for immigrants. Today it holds on to that history with older, row houses! But for you modern heads, there are newer luxury high-rises in Locust Point as well. Here, the average home value is about $425,000, which is higher than Baltimore's average, but you'll find a range of options depending on your distance from the waterfront or the popular Latrobe Park. Thanks for joining us on another neighborhood city tour. If you want to know Baltimore more, we've got some links in the description box below. And while you're clicking, be sure to like and subscribe.